In the last class, we were discussing one of the most important point, that is called Samudra Manthanam. So the Samudra Manthanam we converted into Manasa Manthanam. And while looking at Samudra Manthanam as Manasa Manthanam, the Samudra Manthanam incidents will not be a myth. In fact, it becomes part of my day-to-day life. And how things evolve in my life, especially when I do Manthanam. So also during Samudra Manthana time, things, or you can say different things, started evolving. And of course, the best thing, when it came out, there were people in the queue. In fact, something came, nobody took, but when promised, like, this Varuni Devi, but when promised, look, I am the giver of the strength, then a group of people were behind it. So also, when I do Manasa Manthanam, when things pop up, many things I am not able to accept, and with reference to few things, I am indifferent. Here, while looking at this Samudra Manthanam, I need to do Manasa Manthanam having a strong foundation called knowledge. Also, we saw, especially Sati's life, who happens to be wife of Lord Shiva and none other than Adi Shakti. But because of association of father especially, always she used to address her that I am daughter of Daksha Prajapati. And she could not become wife of Lord Shiva. That was a sad part of it. And finally, what happened? In a given circumstances, she had to leave her body. So when Adi Shakti, Adi Mata, because of role confusion, could go through this sort of unwanted situation, and because of which entire universe went through the difficulties. In a small houses, whenever a woman plays dual role, especially after marriage, hold on to that I am daughter of so and so. That's why all over the world, not only it was in India, all over the world, when a girl leaves the house, changes the surname. But now continues. Now they add also, okay? Along with that surname, the new surname. And some say, why should I add? As he is individual, I am also individual. He should change his surname. This is the new fanatic people. Those especially who have doubt in their gender knowledge. I'm sorry to use this strong word today. However, that is their problem, not my problem. Because whenever, especially every woman, must go through the Sati's life, she was not ordinary woman at all. Remember Adi Mata, Adi Shakti. She was not ordinary, please understand. Did all sort of tapas finance the most dearest daughter of Daksha Prajapati. Anything you say, she was the best. But what happened to her at the end? However, not only that happened, in fact, that residue also continued in the life of next called Parvati. So Parvati, Mother Parvati, time to time went through hell or created difficulties for whether it is Kartikeyan or Ganesha too. Because once this residue, once this thing happens, it's not that easy. However, one has to be very careful with reference to this. So while discussing this thing, now let us not stretch too much. As you know, Bhishma being seated in Gangadwara. So what is Gangadwara? Okay, Haridwara or Haradwara, okay? Remember that. So earlier name was Gangadwara. Being seated there, so asking questions to Rishi Pulastya. Lot of questions randomly here and there. And that is how the Purana continues, especially here this Padma Purana. Now he says, look, I am really curious to know how all these devatas, Gandharvas, Danavas were born. Yaksha, Kinnara, Vriksha, Lata, means entire universe was born. So, did they follow Darwin theory or Big Bang theory? This is my version, okay? Which theory did they follow? Remember one thing before answering. The purpose of creation is not being taught to give you a confirmation how was the order, but to communicate very clearly that every karma has a karma phala. So the karma phala will not leave you. It will follow you wherever you go. You cannot escape from karma phala. You can escape from anything and everything, anybody and everybody, not from your karma phala. Whether it is good or bad, it will follow you. And that is the purpose of teaching this creation aspect. So how this creation came to existence is in keeping with karma phala. So make sure, or else you will be completely lost, confused. In fact, when I was going through, after some time, I forgot where I started, where I am going. Lot of names, lot of informations, which really I don't want to, let us say, confuse you. One thing I would like to say very carefully. As you know, most important point, we have this, I am going very carefully. Now we are Vaibhaswata Manvantari. So whenever we do our Sankalpa, Vaibhaswata Manvantari, correct? So this Manvantara is Vaibhaswata. Now interestingly, in every Manvantara, technically, mainly there have to be Sapta Rishi. So here, as in this Vaibhaswata Manvantari, Atri, Vasishtha, Kashyapa, Gautama, Bharadwaja, Vishwamitra and Jamadagni are Saptarshis. So in present, we have these 7 rishis. They are called Saptarshis. Same thing also in every Manvantara. Because remember one most important aspect, out of 12 Manus, now we are in 7 Manus. So Vaibhaswata Manvantara is 7th Manu. So that means Brahmaji is not young, he is in Praudhavastha. This is to be remembered, okay? So that is how we calculate very carefully. Everything is being calculated. So what scientists are breaking their head time to time. That's why, as I told you, there is a scientist still alive. So he used to come to attend Pujya Swamiji's class. Then after that he goes back and starts writing. In fact, he was a nominee for Nobel Prize. And he says, look, it is like same knowledge we are putting with statistics. So what science declares, we have, discovered the distance between the earth and sun, which have been discussed in Hanuman Chalisa, very simplest form, long back. Because Hanuman traveled there, okay? That's why. So all the data have been explained. There is nothing new. Only it needs to be decoded. Because when we, especially, as you know, especially for Indians, I can say very carefully and clearly, till this 1947 came, means India got divided, Bharata got divided, not divided, destroyed, and new India was born. India had something to be proud of. And this bald fellow and our Chacha uncle, both destroyed the whole system. And the way they destroyed, Indians started looking down themselves. They thought they are useless. Till now, in villages or even in offices, whether it is Tamil Nadu, South, or is in Kashmir, North, whether East Odisha or Gujarat, West, if you talk little bit English with regional language, you are being respected. Why I brought this topic very carefully? Because of Srishti Prakarana. When scientists are talking related to this earth or maximum extending to the solar planet, not able to figure it out other planets, we have discussed the entire universe, and that too not in this kalpa, many kalpas. And especially when we say in every kalpa, and Brahmaji's time, he has got 12 Manus. In each Manu, who were Saptarshis, now present who are Saptarshis and who are going to be Saptarshis have been recorded. This is the point to highlight. I brought all the topic, nothing else. That means there is no million, trillion, I don't know what alien I have to say, maybe alien or whatever. God knows how many years things have been recorded. It may appear as though, some fancy numbers, fancy things, but in reality it is. So coming to the point, in this Manvantara, where Vaibhaswata, here what we say, being 7th Manu, that means 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So another 4 are there, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 5. So another 5 Manu. So that means what? Our Brahmaji is no more young, little, his right peak time, okay? May you understand this first. And secondly, when these are being talked, all are karma cycle. That's why I say gahana karmana gatihi iti. It is very difficult to understand karma. Anybody and everybody is part of karma. That's why your karma, nobody can take it, nor you can take somebody's karma. Even if the God has to be part of karma. If you ask Krishna, he was born in such a way because he had his samashti karma differently. Rama was born in such a way, went through a lot of issues, he had his own karma. That is called samashti karma. So that means it's very clear. So everyone has to go through one's own karma. So if this is the case, now in short I would say, when we look at especially karma theory by karma aspect, there are certain points to be discussed. We say very carefully, especially when the creation started, the creation was started in the beginning with 3 ways. One is with sankalpa, just mere strong visualization, let this happen, and it has to happen. Then the second type of creation was called darshana, just seeing, from that creation can happen. And third one was called sparsha, by touching. Sankalpa, darshana and sparsha. So in the beginning, Prajapati, you can say even if Manu, all these things were being done this way. That's why when we say Manasa Putra, so Manasa Putra means from Sankalpa. So till now also this creation is possible, okay? So that means the science will not accept it. Can you see this point? For example, Videha Raja, from where Vaidehi Sita comes, how Videha Raja was born, it is a very mystery till now for scientists. It may take 100 or 1000 years to understand that even if from dead body, another body can be born. However, here, when the creation continued with 3 ways, Sankalpa, Darshana and Sparsha, but it did not grow. And because it did not grow rapidly, that's why fourth one came called Maithuna, the relationship. And interestingly, when this Maithuna relationship came, there the woman played a major role. The best example I would like to bring, that when especially that when you can say Rishi Kashyapa was married to 13 women. In fact, when we say Daksha Prajapati could not make this thing to happen, so he had 60 daughters. So out of 60, so he gave his Kanya, his daughters to differently. And interestingly, 10 daughter was being given to Dharma, 13 to Kashyapa, 27 to Moon Chandrama, 4 to Arishtanemi, 2 son of Bhrugu, and 2 Kuswaswa, 2 Maharshi Angira. Now, the interesting point which I want to highlight, where the woman plays a big role, because there are, all this Ekadasa Rudra, Dwadasa Aditya, 49 Maruta. That's why we said, 49 Vayus are there, the air, all these things, a lot of issues, and all are technically strong. Till now, it is relevant. Here, especially when we look at Kashyapa, this is what I want to bring this point. So, out of 13, Aditi, all of us we know predominantly, Aditi was number 1 wife. Diti, second, they are very popular, Aditi and Diti. From Aditi Garbha, from the womb of Aditi, all Devatas were born. Whereas from Diti, Daityas, all Asuras. From Danu, Danava. Okay? So the wife's name, Aditi, Diti, Danu, Arishtha, Surasa, Surabhi, Vinata, Tamra, Krodhavasa, Ira, Kadru, Khasa, and Muni. Okay? Don't get carried out too much, okay? These are the just names. But the point I would like to bring here, Kashyapa is one, but being different woman, now different type of progeny are born. That's why we say seed is not that much important, but the land is more important. So the child future is completely depends upon mother. That is how in Vedic culture, women were highly respected. Only, to my understanding, only one culture called Vedic culture where women are highly respected, not any other culture. In any other culture, women struggle to become equal. That's why they are highly also respected, because they have to follow rules and regulations. This is the problem starts, okay? Why should we follow? Why not man? Screw missing, okay? In fact, I can bring this point, very nice story. One day, both the hands top to the feet. Look, what is happening? Whenever I see somebody, always I fold my hand. And I am tired doing namaskaram to everybody. But nobody namaskars to me. If I do that, in fact, they don't do namaskaram to me. Whereas, everybody comes and touch your feet, and touch you, does namaskaram to you, puts the head. So what is the greatness in you? That everybody bends down. That time, both the feet, they smiled and said, look, because I am on the ground. It may appear a joke. This is what life. The foundation that makes the body move. So also a woman life. As all of you know, If you do not know, let me talk about it. We have total 49 pranavayus in the body. They are called 49 marutas. And interestingly, that's why we say very nicely in our childhood we have heard there are some saint people who are in Odisha. They used to write a bhajan, and all the Vedantic teaching will be in a song and very difficult to understand unless until you really go through Vedanta in details. I remember those days in childhood, like in teenage especially, I have enjoyed them. And nowadays when I look back, I enjoy much more. In every, region, every part of India, there are some saints, they do write colloquially very strong words. However, here, why this 49? Let me share very carefully about this woman aspect. When the son of Aditi called Devatas and son of Diti, all the Daitya and Asura, because each one have them given different people birth, okay? All the 13. Entire universe in fact has come, maximum of them. So one, but depends upon the mother, things changes. That was I highlighted. But this concept I am bringing it, how the role of mother is more important. When all these Daityas killed and some of them were alive, they ran away, did not know what to do. So Diti, being mother, really became very angry. What to do? So with the guidance of course, Vishnu is always involved in this. So he did penance. She did penance. So when she did penance, so there is a place called Pushkara. That is the place for, Brahmaji's place, very nice. So I should not say, because if I say then you people will go, then you will say put the blame on me, okay, like Kumbh Mela. So I am getting complaints, okay. Swamiji, because of you, we went to Kumbh Mela. So somebody says, I had to wait in the car for hours together. Somebody says I had to go in the bike for kilometers after kilometers. Hey, that is your papaksha has taken place, okay. That's why I said, whether you got punya or not, I don't know, but definitely some papaksha has taken place. Be happy. However, so I have to be very careful in my class now. I should not talk about any place, okay? Coming to the point. Then, Diti did penance. Then Rishi Kashyapa. So Kashyap thought, okay, now I am happy. No, I need a child who can take the revenge on all the gods. And this is what I want. Means I want that sort of child. And when she has done so much penance, then of course, Kashyapa agreed, and she was being blessed. And there was given instructions. In fact, those instructions comes for every woman to follow, especially every pregnant woman to follow. Goes in details, many verses there. Like one of the most important thing is, any woman, anybody, this is the rule, mainly woman, child also, those whose mind is fragile. Remember, before coming out from home, from outside, coming in home from outside, supposed to wash the feet. Hey, don't say, look, those days there was a dirty, there was this thing. So nowadays I go in the car and with the socks and whatnot. We don't need this, okay? That's why in Western countries, they with the shoe, they will enter anywhere and everywhere. I have my own problem, okay? I can't handle. And not only that, before going to sleep, one is supposed to do Panchasnanam, washing both the feet, both the hands and face. Because without Panchasnanam, if the person goes to bed, definitely many things will go wrong. And especially in details goes about a woman is not supposed to keep hair open. Not allowed. Nowadays, this is very funny for everybody. And you don't know what consequences happens. Let me not get into that mode at all. And all are, purely prana concept. Especially a pregnant woman should not stay alone in dark place, or should not go to any big tree, should not touch big tree, a pregnant woman. And food, let us not talk. And also should not sleep on the ground. All these are talked in this Purana in details, okay? Do's and don'ts in such a way it's being written. In fact, I remember it was by force was followed those days. Nowadays, don't ask, okay? And should not argue with anybody. That's why all the rituals were done, especially Garbhadhanam and your Simantanayanam, all these samskaras, to make sure that the mother feels protected. And with that healthy way, the mother is supposed to give birth to the child. And Diti was following everything. Just 2 more days were their child to be born. She felt sleepy. Some tamas took over. Then she did not she did not wash her feet, slept off. That time Indra was waiting king of Devatas. Because when the child will be born, will first attack Indra. Target. So Indra went inside the womb and cut into 7 portions. The womb was cut into 7 portions. What a painful situation. And again, when they started crying inside, that's a Marudah. That's why Marut comes. Then again 7 into 7. So each piece again was being cut into 7 pieces. And this is how it became 49. Lord Vishnu came to know this is not acceptable. In fact, all of them were being given prana. And they all were born as 49. In fact, they became the Pranavayu. In fact, they governed anything and everything. Just imagine, had they been one, what would have happened? Again, there is a karma behind it. Why 49 Marut and what not? There is also behind karma theory is there. Let us not get into. But in short, through the Diti's lifestyle or a small mistake that Diti made, none of us should make this mistake. Today, in present generation, all this child disorder takes place. If you look at day by day, the child disorder means dysfunction, or you can say mental problem of children are more and more because of lack of discipline of mothers. Father, I am not bringing them because I can say just to please mothers, okay? Fathers are stupid already. Let us not bring them. So let us not bring. But because no mother wants to go through discipline. And when they don't want to go through discipline, especially this competition because of this financial, independence. This is one of the destructive thing happened to the woman. Hey, you can earn money, but let this money not get into your head. Don't be independent. You have to accept there are few things. Nothing enters. That's why those days I used to give Prathamalla Nyaya. You can take your Nyaya also in your country. We had one prime minister, also we had some chief minister, okay? You know better what happened to their life. So that's why here, when we talk all these Saptarshis or Adityas or including all these people, now this Kalpa, this Manvantara, whoever is doing, in next Manvantara, they will be different. In fact, in present Manvantara, Aswathama, who is hanging around, is going to be one of the Saptarshi in coming Manvantara. So who is going to be next also, that is being mentioned. So based on that, so because Aswathama is going to be next Saptarshi, because he had done lot of penance, lot of things, but one mistake he made, used Brahmastra wrongly and killed this Pandava's children. Sorry, I made a mistake. Arjuna's, Abhimanyu's son. And that's why he was being given curse. And it is believed in Madhya Pradesh, in one of the temple, he is coming every day. In fact, that temple gets closed in the evening. And every day morning when priest goes to there, we'll see some puja has been done in the night. And many people have tried to see, even though they say not to go. And whoever has gone, interestingly, many of them, if they come across, stumble upon him in the night, they become mad. There are many mad people also surrounded there. So that's why local people say better not to go there. So Aswathama also name comes, that is going to be next Rishi. So in short, when we look at is this details of this Srishti Prakarana, it talks about that how the karma gets fructified. Then of course, when it talks about karma prakarana, it talks also how different type of vessels came to existence. So when you talk about different type of patram vessels, it started when Pruthu was king. So he got angry, things went other way around. So that is how the Prithvi, the earth, appeared as a cow. So now the cow to be milked. So everybody started. So each one started milking the cow in a different way. So because for cow you need a calf. So many animals differently became calf in the form of, so that they can milk later on. And interestingly, all devatas, they milked in the golden vessel. And all the Pitrus, they started milking with a silver. So that's why I would like to add this point to all of you. When you do Pitru Karma, it's better to do with the silver patra. So this is to be added, okay? Also, in different way, different, all whether it's Nagas, whether it's Gandharva, Kinnara, different species you can say, they try to milk in different vessels. And that is how different type of vessels came to an existence. In fact, Danavas, all these Asuras, they used iron. So present day, we all are what? Danavas. Steel vessel, okay? When you use steel plate, is nothing but what? It is iron. So all are what? Don't ask. So then you'll say, Swamiji, enough, we'll no more use steel, okay? Choice is yours. Just I put. No, Swamiji, we use what you call this, what you call? That plate. That, what you call? They say, in India, they say called China plate, okay? That, you know, this cutlet, all these things. Clay. I don't want to get into that. And if I get into that mode, it will not be nice, okay? However, it is up to you, whatever you use. So in short, again, I want to summarize whole thing. Oh, already time is up, huh? What is going on? Already 1 hour is over, huh? Not it. Oh, okay, 12 more minutes are there. Because my eyes, okay. See, this is called, I'm not bad. See, specs is there, I forgot the specs, okay? So, so in short, the creation makes me or makes anybody to understand that how the karma gets unfolded. So coming to this conclusion today with this, that today whatever I am having, it is because of my karma phala. The body that I am having, this is the most important thing. I don't have any other choice. I have to accept it. If I am tall, let me accept that I am tall. If I am dwarf, let me accept that I am dwarf. If I am fat, let me accept I am fat. If I am thin, let me accept that I am thin. If black, white, whatever, let me accept first. After accepting, if I want to improve, that's a different thing altogether. But I cannot be rebellious. I cannot reject. Because when I become rebellious, I start comparing. And once I get into comparison mode, my mind becomes sick. And if you observe, maximum of the psychological problem starts with the body. And from the body, it is extended to the surroundings or related to the people, those who are connected to the body. Is it clear? So to resolve the most important aspect of my body is, let me accept whatever body I have, because I have got, not somebody has given, it is my previous karma phala. So I did something wrong. That's why I am born here in this family. Or I did something good, I am born here in this family. Both way. And because something I had done, that's why I have got it. Including later on, to understand that whoever is connected to my body, also they are related to my karma phala. My husband, my wife, starting with parents, my siblings, my neighbor, later on my wife, husband, children, grandchildren, all are part of my karma phala. Remember this. I cannot reject. I cannot be rebellious. Yes, I can communicate to reduce the impact, but I have to accept there is no choice in it. This is the naked truth. Because if I don't accept this much, remember, forget Vedanta, I will not be a healthy person. And I will have only psychological problem. In present era, not only psychologist, this what you call, another one is called past life regression. God, past life regression or regret something. Okay, that word I am not getting. Okay, what happened? What I was in my past life? Hey, please, what you are in present life? Understand. Why do you want? Who are my, children? Hey, please, first take care of your children now, okay? Who was my wife or husband? Hey, please take care of your wife or husband, okay? Don't get into this mode. Okay? And only psychological people is exactly like, who goes to an astrologer? Who goes to an astrologer? Those who are failure or going to be failure. When you climb the ladder of success, do you go to any astrology? Anybody goes to any astrologer when really climbs the ladder of success? So also, when mentally I am disturbed, not able to handle it, mentally being disturbed, nothing wrong in it. Everyone is disturbed some way or other. And you should be disturbed. In fact, as long as you are disturbed mentally, that long your mind is working, okay? But when you are not able to handle your disturbance, that is the dangerous part. When it is going out of your way. So what we call, you become mental. Remember, that time you have to slow down, look at your mind. Build up your energy. Yes, some help you can take from somebody, but remember, those help are not going to be permanent, not helpful in long run. I can write it down. Will never be helpful in long run. Yes, timing definitely will be helpful. Definitely. So there what we say, that work on with you so that establish your energy, uplift your energy, do good, be associated with good people, so that once your energy is higher, you will discover mind will get settled down. Then you will be able to handle it. But don't get into satisfying your mind. Don't get into justifying your mind. Don't get into pampering your mind. However, with this, the Srishti Prakarana is completed today, and tomorrow we'll discuss some other new point because I want to get into different things. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.